Welcome back to Practical Investments, guys. My name is Damien. Thanks for tuning into my channel again. If you can, please like, subscribe, and share. My channel is basically talking about stocks and also finances and also what's going on out here in the world economically. So let's get into this, right? My last video was pretty long. Make this one a little bit shorter. Elon Musk. We all know what's going to happen tomorrow, right? If you're tuning into this video, you know that SpaceX is going to launch tomorrow. This is Elon Musk, of course, and SpaceX has been the talk of the town. Everyone's talking about it. Possibly the biggest IPO in history. Well, it's probably going to be the biggest IPO in history because it comes out tomorrow. IPO is supposed to be coming out tomorrow. Ticker number this June 12th. And what it says is SpaceX is officially launching the largest initial public offering in history. The highly anticipated public debut targets an IPO price of $135 a share to raise $75 billion, valuing the aerospace and satellite company at an historic $1.77 trillion. I think that's amazing. That's an amazing thing to do, especially in a time like this, right? SpaceX historic IPO on the NASDAQ is targeting an issue price of $135 per share, which aims to raise upwards of $75 billion at a massive $1.75 trillion again valuation. First day trading expected to be highly volatile, with pre-market predictions ranging from $150 to $200 per share due to high investor demand. Now, this is my thing, right? I'm going to tell you guys why I plan on sitting out for this IPO and when I plan on actually making a move on this IPO. Again, this is not financial advice. This is entertainment purposes only. But I believe that SpaceX eventually will go below its offer price and we have a better opportunity to actually get in at a very, very low price, me in particular. Let's get into this. So what I did recently is I asked ChatGPT, I said, hey, what were the latest anticipated hyped IPOs over the last 10 years, right? I asked it. And it told me, anticipated, sure, I got you. Gave me a list. Here's a list. Airbnb, Snowflake, Coinbase, Rivian, ARMS Holdings, Reddit, Robinhood, etc., right? By the way, these companies are very sound companies. We all know these companies. If you're into the stock space, you know these companies very, very well. But I wanted to show you a pattern of what I'm seeing. So I'm going to get into this right now. Let's look at Airbnb first, right? Let's look at Airbnb. Opened at offer price here. Went up here, fell down to offer price again, went up again, fell down below offer price. Interesting. What's the next one? Let's go to Rivian. So since we're already here, Rivian opened up here, offer price, went up above it, fell below the offer price. Okay. Look at Coinbase. Coinbase never even touched the offer price, went up here again, fell down below. What's next? Let's look at Robinhood, shall we? Robinhood was a very anticipated stock IPO. Let's look it up and see what we get. Taking a little while, but it's all good. We'll look at it later. That's fine. But the point I'm trying to make is this. Here's my point. I asked ChatGPT again. I said, hey, is there typically a correction from the initial offer price? In other words, how likely is a stock to fall below the offer price within 60 to 90 days? But before I asked that, I asked this. So let's go in order. I said, how many successful IPOs stay above the projected price before it opens? It said it depends. If you mean by IPO offer price, does a stock stay above the IPO offer price after it starts trading? It says a good rule of thumb is roughly 50 to 60% of IPOs are still above the IPO offer price 1 year later. Mind you, 1 year later. Roughly 40 to 50% fall below the offer price within a year. Interesting. Right? And I asked it again down here. It told me all the things that happened. Is it above this? Is it above that? That's great, right? But here's meat and potatoes. This is what I wanted to ask it. Is there typically a correction from the initial offer price? In other words, how likely is a stock to fall below the offer price within the next 60 to 90 days? It said yes. In fact, for many IPOs, a correction toward or below the offer price is more common than most investors realize. Interesting, right? It says a few structural reasons. IPOs are often intentionally underpriced to ensure a successful launch and reward institutional clients. Opening day enthusiasm can push shares far above fundamentals. Lockup expirations create additional selling pressure later. Once quarterly earnings arrive, investors can evaluate the company on actual results rather than IPO story. Again, the IPO is essentially going to be over a hyped situation. It's going to be hyped way beyond the actual price of the company. And you're like, Damien, it's SpaceX. Of course, it's going to be hyped up. It's one of the best companies ever, right? Still, with that being said, it still might be overhyped, right? Then it also said this. There isn't a single universal number because it varies by cycle year, but event falls below opening day high within 90 days, approximate frequency 80 to 90%. So basically, it has a higher chance of falling below the opening day high within 90 days, very highly. Falls below first day closing price within 90 days, 50 to 60%. Falls below IPO price offering within 90 days, 30 to 50%, et cetera, et cetera. So up here it said you have a 50% chance of falling below the offer price essentially. But then a year later, but down here it says within 90 days it's going to be even higher. So what am I seeing? What I am seeing is that there is I didn't even load yet, that's fine. There is a tendency for a lot of these stocks to fall below the opening price because it's overhyped, right? If you look back again, let's look at Airbnb. Open here, went up here. It stayed on this line here basically the whole way through and fell back down again. Now, granted, Airbnb is a great company. It might pop again and shoot back up again, but we're looking at initial IPOs. Rivian. I mean, is there any reason for me to even chart this? This thing just went straight up and straight down, right? Coinbase, same thing. We can get a little bit of a close this up. I'm gonna get a little bit of this. I'll do it here. Boom. Eventually, it closed above here, and now it shot up, but it went back down below here again. So hey, same thing, right? But I want you guys to notice that eventually, sooner than later, we'll get a better price. What am I trying to say overall? I'm looking at the price or the discount when the stock falls down. I think with SpaceX in general and every other play that I mentioned, this isn't even showing. Geez, let me try it again. It's all right. So with these particular plays, I think that eventually, if we hold and wait out, which I plan on doing, you'll get a better opportunity to purchase SpaceX. Reason being is because when you look back at this stock, or stocks that IPO, there is no history behind it. So if you buy an IPO and you ride it up, you have to be very disciplined in terms of when you want to sell. If you decide to sell too late, the market buyers or the big institutional investors are going to eat you alive because they are going to sell way before you decide to sell, and it's probably going to crush your gains. So I think it's a better opportunity to wait it out. That's what I plan on doing. Again, this is not financial advice. This is all educational. I mean, this is all entertainment purposes, right? But again, I think this is a better opportunity for me to probably purchase it down when it falls down. Like so. Here, goes up, boom. This is when I plan on purchasing, is right in here. When SpaceX decides to correct itself and gets down to its actual offer price based on fundamentals, right? And that's what I want to kind of reiterate to you guys. Let's look at another. Let me see if I can pull up some more real quick. Let me see, what are the other ones? Let's see if we can look at Reddit. This isn't working at all. I don't know what's going on with this one. Reddit. Okay. Reload this. There we go. Oh, it's not the right one. Reddit. This is probably one of the only stocks that I can see that actually pumped up. But again, you know, this is a possibility too. But because I believe that it's an overhyped position where it's at, I believe there's opportunity for it to go back down, correct itself, and trap a lot of buyers into buying while they're selling, and it can be pumped back down again to create more opportunities. Let me see. Look at another one. Let's look at let's try to look at Robinhood again. Maybe it's working now. Oh, perfect. Look at that. This is the move that I would love for our SpaceX to make. A pump up here, followed by a big correction, and this is a time for us to accumulate shares a lot. This is what I'm looking for, guys. This is what I want to happen, because if this happens, we can get a move like this, right? And that's all I wanted to say about that, guys. You guys see how I'm going to play SpaceX. I'm going to stay out of it. I'm going to wait and see what happens, but this is what I want to do with SpaceX. You know, leave some comments. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any opinions about this, please let me know. You know, I'm just, this is just my opinion. Again, this is not financial advice again, but hey, this is my opinion. I believe this is going to happen. But if you guys have any other advice, suggestions, comments, please leave your comments in the comment section. Please subscribe to my channel if you support me. That'd be great. I would love to do this continuously. I have more videos coming for you guys, more deep videos. So again, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all later. Peace.